Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Andy, better known as the Uncommentator. We're now starting a brand new series on the channel where we're going to be playing through a game about racing trains. Yes, we're going to be playing through Extreme Express World Grand Prix for the PlayStation 2. So we'll press the start button as we're encouraged to do so by the flashing graphic. Now, quick backstory before I say quick, knowing me it'll probably go on for about 5 minutes, but yeah, quick backstory before we actually get into the game. So the way I came to own this game is a colleague of mine thought it would be humorous to buy me this game and encourage me to make a playthrough out of it when he found out that I do this as a bit of fun on the side. Now, I took him up on that offer, or challenge I should say, and here we are. That's led us to today where I'm going to be starting off like I said, a new series playing through this game. Now, I must confess, normally I'll do a practice run of a game before I start recording. Not in this case, because I haven't done a practice run. All I've done is I basically played through the game. Well, not played through the game. I played the game a little bit on like the free mode and just got used to the buttons, etc. But in terms of actually completing, air quotes, completing the game, I don't really know what you have to do. So, that being said, what I'm going to do is, if I just go into the option mode real quick, so you can see there, I've got the difficulty on easy because I'm rubbish. Then what I'm going to do is, let me just go down to game data, sorry. So you can see there, we've got no rounds cleared, tour mode, events cleared, 0 out of 30. We own 6 stages, and apparently there's 10. And we currently own 30 trains, and apparently there are 80. So as you can see there's a lot of question marks. So they'll be the missing trains that we need to get. Let's just look on tour data real quick. That doesn't really tell us anything. Oh, no, hang on. No, it doesn't tell us anything, so ignore that. Right, so what I'm going to do is, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and complete that. So I'm going to try and complete the 30 events, get the 10 stages, so I'm assuming you must have to unlock 4. I don't actually know. And I'm going to try and unlock 50 trains. And if I do that, I will consider this game completed. Now, just one last thing before I start. If you go into the controller type, the wonderful thing about this game is it only tells you 2 of the controls. So as you can see there, I've set it so the left analog stick leans the train, and the right analog stick is acceleration. The other type is just basically the flip of that. So it doesn't actually tell you how to change view or how to brake, which is encouraging. So I don't know why they decided not to tell you that, but I have investigated. I do know how to do that. So we'll talk about that when we actually get into the game. So that's what I'm going to do basically. So I'm going to try and yeah, complete I'm basically going to try and complete that. So that's going to be the crux of the series. So let's get on with it. So Tour mode and Grand Prix mode are the 2 modes. Here we are, back on the home screen. The free mode, just to practice. There's Tour mode and Grand Prix mode. Now, I believe to unlock the trains, it's Tour mode. But to unlock the trains, basically, we'll just quickly go into it. Currently we own 6 stages. Within each stage, there are 3. Let's go into one just to show you, because I've checked this already. There are 3 challenges that you have to do. Now, obviously, we can get, I suppose 6 times 3, we can get 18 trains, and there are, how many were there to unlock? 50 or something like that. So we clearly need more stages. So I'm assuming to unlock the extra stages, we need to go on the Grand Prix mode. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to start on the Grand Prix mode, then move down to the Tour mode, and hopefully by then, we will have everything unlocked. But we shall see. So we'll start off. We'll just start from the top and work down. So we'll go into snow plane. High speed line covered in snow. The highlights are its length and many switchbacks. I cannot wait to bask in the glory of those switchbacks. That's always a highlight. Okay, so I'm going to pick a train, and I'm going to pick, even though I haven't really done the practice. But seeing as I'm from England, let's pick England. Why not? Even though the livery there, is it livery or livery? It's livery, isn't it? Anyway, even though the livery on the train is the Union Jack and the England flag is just a red cross, but we'll gloss over that. We don't mind the geography errors there. Looks a well-balanced train. A lot of the stats are quite similar. So we'll pick England, as that's where I'm from. And let's get a going. Right, so the first stage, local limit, place 3rd or better. See if we can manage that. Now, if you set off too early, you actually get a penalty. So we'll wait for the green light, and then we'll go. Yeah, so it doesn't tell you on the. And I'll just switch tracks there. We like the switchbacks. Yeah, it doesn't tell you on the control screen how to actually change tracks. So R1 and L1, you have to time it. So you can see that the arrows drop in either side. You press R1. Well, you can hold it down to us. If you know you want to change tracks, just hold down the R or L button like that, and it will change tracks. You don't have to time it. Oh, that's the wrong button there. Yeah, so the square is changes view, as I've just done there. It's going to depend on what view you want. And then last but not least, circle is brake. And unfortunately, my aerial's just cut off the bottom of the screen slightly, so to make it a little bit more difficult. But at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen there, you can see the. I can still see it, but it's just a little bit smaller on my screen for some reason. You can see the speedometer, and the underneath it there's a gauge for how much you're leaning over. If you lean over too far, too much, you do get derailed. You can also knock trains off the track and derail them. Obviously, if you do get derailed, it slows you down a hell of a lot. If you do get derailed as well, I don't actually know how you get back on the track. I just kind of hope that it does get back on. But yeah, that's basically the crux of the game. So you've got L1 and R1 to change tracks. You've got circle to brake, and you've got the 2 analog sticks. You can actually choose how you want those, but the other buttons, I believe, are fixed. But I may be wrong, and as you can see here, we are way in front. You can see the radar on the right-hand side. Ooh, that was a quick switch. You can hear that the commentator tells you if you're going towards the kind of the lean limit, he'll tell you to slow down. As you can see, we're over 1.5 minutes. I'm not quite sure how long the stage is. I think it's about 2.5 minutes, so we're not too far away. We're way out in front. You can see on the radar there's no other train in sight. If there was, there'd be some yellow arrows on the in view. And there we go. Just as I say that, here comes yellow arrow. I say I think I do slow down too much on the. That is one thing I know I'm going to have to work on. Right, close to the goal. So when you get to the goal, you have to stop yourself. You can't just go. You've got to stop at a platform. So it does take a little bit of time in. We'll go for it now. Not too late. No, there we go. Just timed that perfectly. Yeah, if you go too far, you have to reverse back to the platform. So 3rd or above, a comfortable victory there. 1.5 seconds clear of Florida. Zimbabwe nicking into 3rd place there, just ahead of Germany. Got excited there, didn't he? Thank you. Now, after each race, you get a replay. We're not going to watch that, don't worry. In fact, let's just watch it for a little bit, since that's the first episode. I won't watch the replays generally. I've not quite decided how, just while this is going, I'll just, again, talk about what the series is probably going to look like. I've not quite decided how long each episode's are going to be. I think 1 stage per episode is probably too short, so I think what I'm going to do is, while we've currently got 6 stages, I'll probably do 2 stages in an episode. I want to keep them quite snappy and short. I think there's only so much train racing that anyone can watch at any one time. Especially given the fact that that was fairly easy. We never really... oh, look at that fox. We never really had any... there's going to be a pun there, wasn't there? Foxes and trains. I don't know. Anyway, we never really had any competition there, to be fair. So yeah, I think it's going to be 2 stages. 2 stages an episode. So we'll do the next preliminary stage on the snow plane. We'll move on to the next stage, and then we'll complete the next stage. Then we'll say sayonara and carry on a new episode. But I think we've seen enough of that. Here's the second preliminary. Now, as I said, if you set off too early, you get a time penalty. So we'll make sure we don't. So we just start to pick up steam. I have to say, I am slightly concerned that I'm going to spend the entirety of this playthrough doing train puns. You know, I mean it's, and I'm quickly going to, you know, there's only so many train puns you can do, so I'm probably going to end up repeating them, or just like I said, trying to crowbar just train puns in constantly. But you know, I'll try and stay on track and just focus on the game itself, because I think, like I said, there's only so many train puns that you can do. so I don't want to run out. I don't want to run out of steam, or you know, yeah, I don't want to run out of steam basically, and just use them all up all at once. So that is just something that I need to be wary of as we go barreling down through the forest, I guess. I suppose all the locations are. I think it's on the loading screen before the. Before you get to the press start menu, it tells you that all the locations and trains are fictional. So if there are any... what's a train enthusiast called? I don't know. I think there's a word for it. I don't know what it is. Sad, I think it is. I could be wrong. No offense to anyone that does like trains there. I don't know. You know, but there's some people that are really, really enthusiastic about trains. I don't quite know what that word is. It's like someone who collects stamps as a philatelist, aren't they? I think there's like a word like that for a train enthusiast, but I don't quite know what it is. But yeah, so if there are anyone who matches that description watching this, then unfortunately, as I said, the locations are fictional. I'm going to try... Oh, derail. I was just going to say that train there on the right was just starting to catch me up, so I was going to try and knock it off, or at least get in front of it. You can get shunted up the rear end by another train. If you do, it slows them down and sends you on, so it's not the worst idea in the world actually to go in front of another train. Also, when you get to the goal, if you approach a station that there's already a train there, you instantly lose. So you do have to approach an empty platform, so it makes it, if you're not winning when you get to the end, it makes it even more difficult because you have to change tracks. Where's the goal? Is this it? Come on, it was a bit quick there. I timed it right. Yep. So you win when you grind to a halt. It's when you actually stop. That's when the timer stops. That seemed to be a bit quicker, that one, and it didn't seem to be the same route, which is interesting. But 2 minutes 9. I think it was it 2 minutes 10 the first one? I can't remember. Anyway, doesn't matter, because what does matter is that we've won. So apparently we just need to finish third both times. We've finished first, so we've done more than enough. Again, as I said, we're not going to watch replays. Now, I could be wrong here, but I don't know if I've already said this, but we may need to go on medium or hard mode to actually get the... I don't know if that's how you get the extra stages. If we've only got... yeah, go on, we'll save it. If you've only got 6 stages because we're on easy mode, I don't know if you need to... yep, no save data found because we're starting a new game. Yeah, I don't know if you need to go on easy or medium. Medium or hard to get the extra stages. But I suppose I could have checked that before I started recording. But, as I said, we're learning together here. We're going to be learning as we go along. Just a bit like teachers at the minute. Teaching kids remotely at home or through a laptop. They're just kind of doing their best, learning as they go along. And that's what we're doing here. You're on the journey with me here, people. Through this wonderful world of train racing. If any teachers are watching, I'm not ribbing on you because I imagine it's quite difficult for you at the minute. And given the fact I work in a school, I feel I can get away with saying that. Anyway, let's not talk about education. Let's talk about trains because it's much more exciting and important. Ooh, there we go. That didn't work, did it? There we go. So there we go. We're back on the track straight away, though. So we've stayed on track there. I wasn't actually trying to derail. I wasn't actually trying to derail somebody there. I don't know how that or get derailed, obviously. So I'm not quite sure that happened. But it did. As you can see, we've got a train directly behind us. If it runs into the back of me, it will send me on. It's a fast track, isn't it? Lots of bends here. I don't know how important the train stats are. I think the speed stats important. But everything else like cornering, etc., I'm not quite sure. I'm going to get rammed in the back here. I keep this train directly behind me. And I've obviously got there's a lot of bends here, isn't there? If I can keep this train behind me, I've got a nice advantage, I think. This is a very twisty course, isn't it? Yeah, I think the top speed makes a difference. You can definitely tell that the very few practices that I did have, you can definitely tell when you've got a slower train. a slower top speed train. But in terms of actual cornering, etc., I'm not really sure of how much difference that actually makes. I don't know, this train is behind me, but he's keeping up, isn't he? The snow planes, I waltz through those. Oh, he's derailed now. Yeah, when they turn orange, it means they're derailed on the radar, so that should give us a bit of a cushion now. Really don't like this. Really don't like this course. I would not be sorry when this is over. How far are we into it? 1 minute 36. So hopefully not a long course. Hopefully the last course was about 2 minutes 10, wasn't it? So hopefully this one is similar in length, maybe slightly shorter. Again, the commentator will tell us. The little, I suppose, his assistant. Really, here we go. Very close to go. So it's a slightly shorter course, I think. The platforms. So again, we'll try and time it in one. I've gone too far this time. No, I haven't. So in good 2-second victory there, clear of San Francisco, China, Hong Kong, Netherlands in another time zone, and so is train 6 trains. Gone too far and reversing in. I don't really care where it's from. Oh, there we go. Switzerland. You think Switzerland would be pretty good at timing, but clearly not. We don't need to watch a replay. Well, so much for the barrage of train puns. Yeah, haven't really got any so far, have I? Oh, the looks a little bit darker, doesn't it? Is it supposed to make it a bit difficult? More difficult? Anyway, getting a bit lighter now. I don't know. What am I talking about? I'm trying to make a game about racing trains sound interesting, and I'm currently, I'm probably failing. I don't know. I'm trying not to. At least I'm not failing playing the game, which is encouraging. Okay. Let's see if this course... Ooh, the light's on. I keep on moving with the lights on. We currently do, because we need to see where we're going. Currently we can't. Not sure how much difference it actually makes to be honest, if you can see. One of the challenges on the is it the tour mode? Well, this is Grand Prix mode. One of the challenges on the tour mode is you have to win when it's foggy. I have been on the tour mode. Oh, hello. Where have you come from? If you read the back of the box, it does actually. I don't actually have the instruction book for this game. But if you read the back of the box, it does actually mention that when you're doing a course, different routes actually, different tracks are actually shorter or quicker. There's quicker routes through each level. So changing tracks is important for that reason, because if you learn, I don't know how you learn where the quickest routes are, other than just basically trial and error. But apparently, there are quicker. There are quicker routes through each stage. I don't like being on the end, which I currently am. I prefer to be in the middle somewhere, just because if I do end up getting derailed, there's more. Let's move in a bit. If I do end up getting derailed, there's more track to. I think basically if you get derailed, you just have to keep going forward in a straight line until you actually just run over some track, which you then get back on track, quite literally. So that's why I don't like to be on the end, because there's hardly any track. Whereas if you're in the middle, so again there, is it quicker to stay up here, or do you need to go on that course at the side? Yeah, so if you, try and go where there's a lot of track basically. So if you do end up getting derailed, you're not derailed for long. Slam the brakes on. You can brake too early as well, like that for example. There we go. Yeah, the entirety of the train has to be level with the platform. Ooh, still got second place. Well, Switzerland certainly made up time there. Just needed a top 3 finish, so we got it. Better run from Switzerland. First, second place, but it doesn't matter. As I said, we just needed a top 3. I do quite like the livery actually on that train. Even though it's not the flag of England, it's the flag of the United Kingdom. But anyway, let's move on from that. So I think we'll call it a day there. We'll just save the data once again. Does it give you a progress update on the data, or is it just... No, it doesn't. It just tells you what stage you're at. That's fine. Yes, I think we'll call it a day there. So we've done 2 stages. So as I said, I want to try and keep the episodes short and snappy. I don't know how much... I wouldn't want you to keep stationary for too long watching long videos. We're supposed to keep active, aren't we? So I wouldn't want to keep you. So yeah, so we've done the first 2 stages. So next episode, we'll move on to Coastline and Cityscape, and then the episode after that, we'll do Rural Lane and the Subway, and then hopefully there'll be some more stages available. So if you enjoyed this video, then first of all, there's some phone numbers in the description. Second of all, you can give the video a like and a share if you didn't enjoy it. Also, if you head on over to the channel called The Uncommentator, you'll find plenty of other games that I've played through. You can listen to me say bad train jokes and whatever else you want to, whatever else nonsense I end up spouting. Feel free to, as I said, go and check out the channel. You can also subscribe to the channel. That would be absolutely fantastic. It's free, of course, and you will always be notified when groundbreaking content such as this becomes available for your viewing pleasure. But join me next time. We're going to be moving on from the city centre. We're going to go to the seaside. I do like to be beside the seaside, so we're going to go to the coastline and hopefully have equal amounts of success as we've had in this episode. But until we get to that point, for now from me, it is sayonara.